Welcome back, folks, to Shivers on the heavybass channel. This time, we are going to be doing a bit of exploring in the museum, or rather, we went around the exhibit. And immediately from the word go, we found Merrick's inhaler. Not very good, but...
From a 60-foot giant squid that can pull a small fishing boat into the depths of the sea, to the 2-inch poison dart frog that carries enough poison to kill 1,500 people. Nothing is stranger than the animal kingdom. Is it any wonder that the ancients worshipped and feared these strange beasts?
Welcome to Strange Beasts. This is an interesting place for most things. Essentially, is that we can pretty much also come out. Also, fun fact: starfish are cannibals. Actually, no. Starfish eat meat. They're adorable, but they're carnivores. Also, that's a bird-eating spider. That's kind of true. Mysterious beasts as well. There's interesting things about this place as well. There are a couple of Ixupi that tend to hide here. One of them is the oil Ixupi. But if we mentioned before, this was the very griffin that caused... this was the very griffin, or reconstruction, of the very thing that got him kicked out of British society. But then again, we are judgmental. You see, here in this giant bird's nest, as it turns out, if anything goes wrong, like you use the Ixupi in the wrong, you completed the vessel, but you used it on the wrong Ixupi. It turns out it could go into that. It could go into that nest there. You may want to pay it anyway. Now, the pet of a giant pair of bare-balled eagles is not the largest nest. There are bigger nests. As you may have noticed, there's a bunch of skulls here as well. This is also for a thing. So, if you click on flashback in the menu, ignore the score, and that's a bit huge. Look at the museum brochure, which is like number 7. You discover that the giant eagle's nest is actually blue, which is probably the reason why we need to get that open. This is linked about a puzzle. There are 6 puzzles in the game, so we need to find out which one is the blue one, which is this one. So if we press that, essentially we have opened up one of the first locks. Now if we go down there, that is for another exhibit, which we're not going to be able to at the moment. But yeah, fun fact: starfish aren't herbivores. Starfish are carnivores. They eat meat. Thank you, CSI Miami. The show may be ridiculous, but it did introduce me to that factoid. Anyway, moving on to another exhibit. This was an incomplete exhibit, and not bit by right either.
You have stepped into the world of amazing plants. For centuries, plants have been used to beautify man's surroundings, for food, shelter, and to heal the sick. And like Socrates, who was executed by drinking poison hemlock, man has discovered plants have a lethal side too.
Plants are a very dangerous thing. And, more or less, all that stuff, ignore the fact that there was something going on in the background. But the most important thing about in this exhibit is that we found the base of a vessel. That is the base of the very thing that we found in the professor's office. So, good news! Don't touch that. Don't touch anything in the sand room. If you hear something in this room, do not touch. That's a Ixupi. We're gonna get one of them later. But right now, we literally have the base of the very Ixupi, of the very thing that we can use to capture the first Ixupi of the game. This is basically the tutorial of what you're supposed to do. As soon as if you know the location of the tops of, if you know the location of the heads of the vessel, but then find the base of the vessel and you know what it looks like, you drop everything, get back to the other one, and then go hunting for the Ixupi itself. Luckily, we already have this tutorial. There are a couple of places where the Ash Ixupi tends to hide. It's either in the museum or in a later exhibit, but you can be very lucky and actually catch him out. which is probably the basis right. So yeah, the bull goes on top of that one, and we have a vessel complete. So we wait for the office, and the Ash Ixupi attacks us. I wanted to show off the exhibition what happens when a Ixupi attacks you. More of your life gets stolen. But if you use that, more or less, it screams out and then it goes back into its prison, which then goes into your inventory, and that is your first encounter. We've just called our first Ixupi. We have another 9 to go. 10 is the game's requirement, and we have a lot of catching to do. But to do that, we have to go around the museum, and that's the point of the game. Go around getting heads and bases, and then put them together. If you know where it is, head straight to the thing, and then we can seal it away. That's all for this episode. Hopefully we'll find another one in the near future. Hopefully. I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.